In our Sunrise Smart Start, as Russia's war on Ukraine enters its third week, the U.S. is ramping up its response, with Congress approving $14 billion in aid for Ukraine.
We are joined live once again by Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke in D.C. with more on this. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, President Joe Biden is scheduled to speak later this morning from the Roosevelt Room, where he will announce new actions the U.S. will begin to take to continue to ramp up this pressure against Russia.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the U.S. is ramping up its response to Russia.
What our assessment is based on is how to prevent a world war.
Psaki says the U.S. is trying to balance how to keep an ally while protecting its own interests.
I don't think we have held back in any capacity in providing assistance, having the backs of the Ukrainians, but we are not going to do things that we think are not in the interest of the United States or our NATO allies.
Back on Capitol Hill, there's growing bipartisan support to help Ukraine, but lawmakers can't agree on exactly how to do it.
It's due to the administration's policies.
This is a national emergency.
Republicans are calling on the White House to do more.
This administration has been a step behind, never quite doing things soon enough.
But President Biden defended the administration's response, saying each move is being carefully calculated and considered to make sure World War III doesn't happen.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Putin.
And reports say that President Biden will focus on ramping up this economic pressure on Putin when he addresses the nation in just a few hours, specifically looking at this trade relationship between the U.S. and Russia. For now, live in Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke. Back to you.
All right, Anna, thank you very much for your time this morning. Well, happening tomorrow in local news, today marks 2 years since the first case of COVID was announced in Monroe County. One of the first events to cancel was Rochester's St. Patrick's Day Parade.
And of course, tomorrow the parade will return this year. Ericketta Cost live this morning with some Irish dancers who are ready to go. Ericketta, good morning.
Good morning, that's right. We're at Rochester Academy of Irish Dance off of Penfield Road, and join with me are some Irish dance moms, right? Rachel Berg and Linda Walworth. So first question, I mean, look at all this work and detail in the footwork. What does rehearsals look like preparing for the big day?
We've been working really hard with the little kids. We're all very excited. We have about 100 little dancers who are ready to go out and bear the snow tomorrow and get through it. They're very excited. They've been looking forward to it since we canceled for 2 years. They're finally excited to get back out there.
Absolutely. And how does it feel just, the past 2 years, all of these students have been through so much just with the COVID protocols, and now we can kind of, return to a little more normalcy.
They're very excited to return to normal. It's been a long 2 years without a parade, and they're just very anxious and excited to get there.
And of course, tomorrow's a big day for the school, but it's a year-round thing. I mean, if anyone out there wants to get involved, what can they do?
They can log on to our website at rocirishdance.com or visit our Facebook page, or they can even just stop down and pop in.
Awesome, and take a look at these dancers just one last time this morning. It's been so nice to be out with you all, talk to the students, boys and girls here. So much skill, and we're ready. So tomorrow at 12:30, the parade kicks off. Easton Alexander, News 8, of course, will be there as well. So be sure to look out for all of us there. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Oh, Ericketta, thank you, and thank the dancers as well. We can't wait to see them on East End, Maine tomorrow. The Running of the Green returns this year as well. Before the parade, that will kick off at the War Memorial. All right, let's get to some other news this morning. A woman injured overnight in Rochester.
Police responding to Ames Street just before 2 a.m. for reports of a person shot. They found a 24-year-old woman who had injuries, but not from a gunshot, according to police. Her injuries are non-life-threatening, and an investigation is ongoing. Well, a possible road rage incident led to gunshots at a Wendy's last night in Rochester.
Police responding to that Wendy's on East Main Street for the report of a person shooting at another vehicle there. Police say at least one shot was fired at a person in a car. No one was injured. The investigation is ongoing.
Well, let's go ahead and check in with James now. James, a busy weekend for many because of the St. Patrick's Day Parade, but before we get there, we do have kind of a nice Friday, don't we?
Yeah, we'll ease into it, right? Ease into this large storm system that's on its way. It's a cold start this morning. Now, it'll be one of those days where, you know, it's chilly. We're below freezing to start in the 20s, but we warm up nicely. We get into the 40s by the afternoon. Let's take a look at where those temperatures are. Right now, Greece, you're at 25, Henrietta 24 degrees, Webster 27. Just a little bit of a east-northeast wind. Looks like other spots are calm, but we warm up, as I mentioned, into the mid-40s. So still some lone snowpacks going to melt. In relation to where we normally should be for the 11th of March, 42 degrees. That's our normal high temperature. We'll get to 46. A few spots could be 47, 48. And then now take your eyes down to the precipitation chances, 20%, 10%. They crank up. We're looking at 80, 90% as we get later tonight and into tomorrow because of those snow showers. We'll have the 8-day forecast, talk quickly amounts, as well as the bus stop forecast at the end of the show. Mark Kelly.
All right, James, thank you. Let's check the roads again with our sunrise traffic. We mentioned it a couple times already this morning. There is a structure fire in Rochester on Portland Ave that is closing off a portion of the roadway there between Mohawk and Jackson Street, so avoid that area if you can. At last check, no accidents to pass along on 390, 490, or 590. Well, elsewhere, actor Jussie Smollett sentenced for his conviction of staging a fake racist and anti-gay attack on himself and trying to lie to police about it. Smollett was convicted in December of last year on 5 of the 6 charges against him: disorderly conduct, staging an attack on himself in January of 2019 in Chicago. Yesterday in court, he was sentenced to 150 days in jail and 30 months probation. He will pay restitution as well, $120,000 to the city of Chicago for the police officer overtime during their investigation. Time now for a look at the GRE Morning Business Report. Employees at 3 more Starbucks in the Buffalo area have voted to unionize. They are the Amherst store, the Depew store, and the one in Cheektowaga as well. We're told the tallies at all 3 locations were close. The stores joined 2 others in the Buffalo area already unionized. Some Rochester area Starbucks are petitioning to unionize as well.
Lawmakers in the House are calling on the Justice Department to open a criminal investigation into the competitive practices at Amazon. They allege Amazon executives were not forthcoming during a House investigation of its market dominance of big tech. Lawmakers say it was misleading conduct designed to interfere with their inquiry. Amazon says there's no factual basis for the committee's action. And brace yourself to potentially pay more when using your Visa or MasterCard. Both companies are planning to raise their fees on large merchants for the right to accept their credit cards, according to the Wall Street Journal. The fees often help build up the company's rewards programs, but are often passed down as higher costs for customers.
All right, here's what some folks will be talking about at the water cooler this morning. This one's got sort of a regional influence. A former University at Buffalo and Chicago Bears star Khalil Mack is on the move again. The linebacker being traded from Chicago to the LA Chargers for a 2nd and 5th round pick. He is the former NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He is coming off an injury, and he's owed a lot of money, $85 million over the next 3 years. The trade is part of a busy week in the NFL that has seen Russell Wilson traded from the Seahawks to the Broncos. Lots of moving in March. Not on the field, but off.
It feels like a direct response. You got Russell Wilson? Okay, well, we'll get a guy to come after him. AFC West considered maybe one of the toughest divisions in the league right now.
Said the Broncos fan.
Something to watch.
Yes.
Certainly, as we think about football on this wintry day, this cold day in February. 20s at the bus stop to start off. We'll finish in the 40s as we get into the afternoon. Now, savor that warmth. We won't see 40s again for the entire weekend. Both weekend days stay in the 20s and 30s. And we've got snow. St. Patrick's Day parade. Now you think, how do you have a parade when you got heavy snow? Here's the thing. I think a lot of the snow is out of the area when the parade starts. Most of the flakes fly very early in the morning. Then we'll just deal with some sporadic lake effect. And you see 33 degrees. That's probably early in the day. A lot of the day spent in the 20s and teens. So bundle up this weekend if you are heading to the parade.
All right. Good tips, James. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise this morning.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. They've got the latest from Ukraine and more from New York after this. Have a great day.